it's tall. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
Time now to meet a guy who I think has got one of the greatest gigs in the world. He's playing the part of Riff Raff in the Rocky Horror Show, which comes to Belfast's Grand Opera House. Opens on Monday night, the 21st of July. So let's welcome Job Greuter to the show. How are you today?
Yeah, good. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So Riff Raff, this character, I mean, is this the dream gig? Is this the best job in the world?
In a way, absolutely it is. Yeah. Do you know what? I've been doing this show for almost a year now and I'm still not bored of it. And that's something that I might not have expected with any show. But with Rocky Horror, it only makes sense. Like, this is such a party every single night. It's such a joy to do this part.
What is it about the Rocky Horror Show? Because it's been around for, it must be 50 years now, and the script hasn't changed that much. So the PC Brigade haven't got their hands on it yet. I mean, it's still such a fabulous, wonderful night out.
Do you know what it is? It's two things. It's just a brilliant, fun show that is just, you know, it's iconic for a reason. It's just filled with the most amazing songs, and the script is so goofy, but it's just, it makes this wonderful night out that you couldn't expect with any other show or any other night out. It's so unique in what it is. And then secondly, sadly, I think the message of the show is becoming ever more relevant again. We live in such, you know, in a way, quite awful times that the whole trans movement is being neglected. You know, people, it's like we're going back in time. And so in a way, it feels like this show is even more relevant than maybe, you know, 10, 20 years ago, which in a way is really sad. But then again, it's so joyous to be able to bring it in this time, because it's so important that this gets seen, and that this whole message of, you know, don't dream it, be it. We have to celebrate this diversity. And I feel like Rocky Horror is the show to do it with.
What about the fans? Because as you're travelling up and down the country, you must meet the die-hard fans, the people who come dressed as Frankenfurter, come dressed as Riff Raff, come dressed as Magenta. They're loyal fans out there of this show.
The fans of the show are absolutely amazing. And I don't just say that, like, because we need the audience to make the show happen, which is another way why, you know, Rocky Horror is so unique. There's this whole tradition with the shout-outs, of course, and we as performers need the audience to do the shout-outs, because otherwise the show, you know, is not the same. Yeah. So, and that's the joy of being part of this show. It's such a unique experience every night where you feel like everyone in the room is contributing to make the show happen. And the fans are as much part of it as we are. It's really a coming together of everyone in a space and celebrating Rocky Horror, which is just incredible.
Now, what about the character of Riff Raff? Because this is the character that Richard O'Brien played originally. I've seen Christian Laverscombe do it. He did it for like over 2,000 performances. I've seen it many times over the years. So was it difficult for you coming into this really famous role?
It was quite intimidating, I have to say. It was amazing when I got the part, of course. But, you know, as you say, these iconic performers have been, you know, putting their stamp in this role. And each of them are so iconic for their own reasons. And then to step in, it was quite intimidating. But I have to say, it's been such a joyous process. Our director, Chris Luscombe, and the whole creative team, as well as the entire cast, we all were given freedom to make our own versions of these characters, these iconic characters. And I think that was really the key in getting it to where it is now. And it was really great to not have to worry in the room about what my predecessors have done, and really get carte blanche and just create my own version of Riff, which I hope people will enjoy.
So how does an audition then work for the Rocky Horror Show?
Well, in a way, same as all the other auditions, but I have to say, I don't think I've ever had such a pleasant and fun experience in an audition room. Every single time I went in, it was just such a... Even in the audition room, you felt the spirit of Rocky Horror, where it was just really a fun time. It was such a fun audition, I remember. I made a lot of... I don't want to say mistakes, but there were a lot of weird things happening in the moment that when I came out of the room, I was like, what why did I do that? What happened in that moment? And the conclusion was just like, well, clearly I felt so comfortable that I didn't have to think about anything, and I could just do anything that came up in the moment. And they clearly, hopefully, they liked it enough, which was just such a freeing process from the get-go.
And were you a Rocky Horror fan before you came to the audition?
In all honesty, I don't think I would consider myself a super fan, but I knew the show, of course. Yeah. I hadn't seen this production before because I'm from Holland and I only came to the UK 3 years ago. I did see several productions of Rocky Horror in Holland, and of course I've seen the movie, a gazillion times. And I did grow up, I think, as so many people, with these beautiful iconic songs. I remember watching the show in my childhood bedroom. I don't even know how I found it, but I was just mesmerized by it. And I listened to the music for months and months and months at an end. So in a way, yeah, maybe I was a pretty intense Rocky fan. I'm realizing now. It's just, these songs are so timeless. The Time Warp, the Sweet Transvestite, I'm Going Home, it's a party, but it's also really touching, which is so unique to have in the same material.
So you open in Belfast on Monday night at the Grand Opera House. Have you been in Belfast before?
No, it will be my first time. Yeah, shocker. I'm looking forward to it so much. I've heard nothing but good stories from all of my colleagues. Of
course, one of your cast members who's playing the part of Brad, Connor, he's from Northern Ireland, so I'll imagine he'll be showing you guys the sights of Belfast when you're here.
He absolutely will. We've already got a list of things that we need to do, so we've got to get going in the week to get everything done. Yeah, we're so looking forward.
Well, if you like whiskey, when you arrive in Belfast, it's also Belfast Whiskey Week.
Oh, is it the same week?
The same week. There's like 100 events based on whiskey drinking and music and theatre and food and drink. Lots of things going on when you arrive here.
Amazing. We'll have a very, very good week then.
So what's life like on the road then?
I've sort of gotten used to it now. It's it took a little bit of amending, but it's actually really, it's such a privilege to get to see so much of the country. I've been in the UK for 3 years and I've not seen many places. And so to get to see so much of the country and actually live in it for a week, I really live in each city for a week, which is so amazing to see. You meet so many wonderful people. You learn so much about the country, about yourself. And it's such a privilege to be able to get to do this for a year.
And as well as performing in the Rocky Horror Show, I know you're busy with your own projects as well. You're a composer as well.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I've got 2 projects running. One is actually about to premiere on this Sunday in Amsterdam, which will be quite exciting. And another one will start a tour throughout Holland, I think in October or September. Yeah. So it's very exciting to be able to combine those 2.
So if I had to push you for your favourite scene in the Rocky Horror Show then, what would it be? What's your favourite moment?
Oh my God, so many. I think the death scene is one of my favourite, because Riff can finally show his true nature. But all of them are. I feel like the entire first act is also my favourite scene. It's just all the scenes with Brad and Janet are just a joy to do. The time warp, of course, the scene around it. It's so much fun, all of it. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on stage at the Grand Opera House. It opens on Monday night. I think it's going to be my 10th time that I've seen this show.
Amazing. Will you come dressed up?
That's what people keep asking me. Will I be putting the fishnets on? You never know.
I think you should absolutely do it.
I will be doing Belfast Whiskey Week before that, so with a couple of drams of whiskey in me, you never know. Anything could happen on Monday night.
I just pop out, coincidentally. Amazing.
Fabulous.
We look forward to seeing you.
Have yourself a great time in Belfast. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much. See you later.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.